Baby earth is reeling and willing and needs your tender embrace. Mothers of the universe, Mother Nature's skies, ooh, come save your child. Come save your child. I said come sisters, come and take back your child. This crazy world is breaking and burning and needs your strength right away. Mothers of the universe, Mother Nature's skies, ooh, take back your child. Take back your child. Oh, this is our time. Oh, this is our time. Oh, woman, no. This is our time. Oh, woman, no. This is our time. There is no place to run, so you must take away their guns and teach them right from wrong, and that love can conquer all. You rock the cradle, you carry the world. This is our time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Women with Words. Woo. I was just getting ready to really dance that music,
I know, right?
and it stopped. I want to encourage. We want to say thank you first for joining. Of course, this is Women with Words. We're here this evening. We want you to please go and invite somebody. We have a phenomenal young Liberian woman. We're extremely proud of who she is, what she's done. All your old Liberian people, you go come learn about your mental health. You go come. Grab something to drink, grab a tea, grab a bag of popcorn. But first, before I say a little bit more about our guests, I want to welcome all of you to our show. This is our last episode for 2021.
Yeah.
We made it. We started here in September and we're here. So, of course, the most important thing I love to do is call my name. My name is Glendy Juniors. And I'm
Michael Padmore.
You like to call your name too?
I like how my name sounds when it's pronounced right.
whatever.
Hi, y'all. I'm Agatha Joseph.
And we're here. Andy Beauty is on sabbatical, and we're there with her and here also. We missed her. We missed her sunshine tonight and all the makeup and the coloring. But we're here tonight, and we're gonna get the ball rolling and start the show. Like I was saying, this is our last episode for 2021, and we couldn't do it any better than to have a professional come on the show and tell us how we need to clean up our mental health, how we need to prepare our mental health for 2022 and move forward. But the most important thing for me is this is our daughter, huh? This is NTB, this is Agatha's daughter. Oh, did I say your name right? No, this is Agatha's daughter.
She still didn't say it right. It's okay. It's our daughter.
Okay. This is Agatha's daughter. She's here this evening. We're so proud of her. But first, before we welcome our guest on the show, Miss Leslie Manley, Agatha will tell us a little bit about what's going on. And then after Agatha, we will also pay some homage to the great Bishop Desmond Tutu. And then we'll continue. So go ahead.
All right. So welcome everyone to the show. It's Glendy said it's our last show for 2021. So all of you that make resolution for 2022, I hope you're ready. Today we're going to have a wonderful show. We're going to talk about a big taboo in the Liberian and African, well, I should say in the Black community, right? So we're going to be talking about mental health, as Glendy said. Leslie Manley is here. She's a therapist, and she's going to be talking with us. So if you have questions, make sure you join the chat and share this show. We're also going to have our giveaway today. Hopefully you watched last week's show for an opportunity to win this week. We will be giving away $25 gift card. So be ready to participate. We're going to be highlighting a Liberian-owned business. So make sure if you have a business that you want us to highlight, go ahead and email us at gsbc@gmail.com. And then, of course, we have lots of trending topics on the page this week. Really good stuff to talk about, some fun stuff, but some very serious stuff in Liberia going on. So we'll be talking about that. I will turn it back over to Glendy so we can start this show.
And so, like I said, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. We want to make sure that you don't just come and watch the show, but that you also like our page. Listen, if you're not a part of the Women with Words, let me tell you now, tonight I got to try with the colloquial because I got 3 Americans here tonight. The English will be killing me. We got Michael Patmore. You have Agatha Joseph. And you have Leslie Manley. And then you get Glenda Juniors in the middle. You know, it's not going to be easy. So I'm going to try my very best to be on top with my pronunciations tonight. You hear me? Okay. So we want to pay homage first to the great Bishop Desmond Tutu. I think everybody knows who Desmond Tutu is or was. He was born on October 7, 1931, and he died December 26, 2021. Desmond Tutu is referred to as the father of apartheid. So we want to say, may his soul rest in peace. May everything he's done for freedom of Black people or freedom as a whole, we want to pay homage to him. I just want to read 3 of his quotes while we start the show. The first one says, written by Desmond Tutu, he said, "You don't choose your family. They are God's gift to you as you are to them." Second one that I really like is, when the missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible and we had the land. They said, let us pray. Yep. We closed our eyes. When we opened them, we had the Bible, they had the land.
That's my favorite one too.
Yes, and I know that resonates. I mean, those are my favorite quotes. The last one I like about quote that I like from Desmond Tutu was, is, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, yes, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Yep. If an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse and you say that you are neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality. Definitely.
That goes out to all those people out there who say, oh, I'm not in politics. Yeah. Oh, I'm on the fence. Yes. Oh, I'm not. Yes. That's right there. So you have chosen a side.
Yes.
You don't believe it. Yep.
So those 3 were there. Those 3 also relate. They're in sync with Women with Words and what we want to promote here, social issues. You have a verse. You have something to say. We want to make sure that you're a part. So Desmond Tutu, rest in perfect peace. I pray that God comforts your family. Such an icon you were, and we are so proud to know you. And we're saying that the land, we're saying now that we're not closing our eyes anymore.
Yep.
We'll keep our eyes open. So, ladies and gentlemen,
I open.
I know, right?
Open.
So yes, make sure you pray with your eyes open. And then you can pray way open and be looking at the people to make sure they're unclosed. All right, so welcome everybody to Women with Words. We're here again. This is our last episode for 2021. We were counting earlier. I think we said we've done 19 shows.
Yep.
In 2021, since September, we started September 6th. Of course, we actually started the show with our first guest, Mr. Berman Blake. And tomorrow, watch out on the page. We will be paying homage to every single one of the guests. I have a lot of things in store. I'm off tomorrow, so you just be ready.
We're in trouble.
I am off tomorrow, so just be ready. Hopefully everything will be okay with me and I can be able to shoot. So let's welcome our guest, Miss Leslie Manley. Yes, welcome, Leslie.
Hi.
How are you? Welcome to Women with Words.
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the younger version, the younger and very pretty and beautiful version of Agatha.
That's how it's supposed to be.
It's
our next generation always supposed to be a little bit better.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We are so proud to have you here this evening coming to talk about mental health amongst the young people. But of course, some of us, we can also benefit from your expertise of telling us what some are, because you know some of the old Liberian people, I'm sure you know.
Absolutely.
You know us. We need help too, but we can deny that we need the help.
Yes.
But you're here, and what did Leslie say? She is our own personal counselor. How did she say? What she say? Oh my God.
Let her say it. What did you say?
The viewing audience that we have you here. Tell them, please.
Well, for you all, my aunties and my uncles on the show, I can be your personal counselor that you hold on retainer. Almost like, you know, how you have a lawyer on retainer for any sort of, you know, legal issues you may come across. When it comes to issues of emotional instability, or maybe you just need, you know, a word of advice or someone to just listen to, I can be that go-to for you.
Awesome.
Very good. So nobody should come asking me, Glenda, if you need counseling. My counselor is here. Don't come to me, okay? I am here for Leslie. And if you want Leslie's service, then you have to retain her and pay her. You know, free thing here. So Leslie, so the intent of this show, I really want to sit back. We're going to turn this piece over to your mom because we want to see. I am not going to do the interview today. I planned this very well. I think this is a moment that we all are proud of, and we want to make sure that Agatha has the floor today and interview her own beautiful baby girl. So take it over, NTB, it's all yours. We're just going to sit and watch, and we'll chime in every now and then if we have a question.
Okay, well, let's start like we start with all of our guests. Leslie, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. As Glendy said, absolutely proud of you. But let's take it away from us and focus on why you're here. So tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are the person for us to have this conversation with.
So again, hello everyone. My name is Leslie Manley. I am a mental health counselor. So I am, you know, as they would say, a shrink kind of. I have been in the field for over 5 years. Prior to getting my master's in clinical mental health counseling, I worked as a social worker. Working with a lot of disadvantaged and underprivileged groups. I did a lot of work with homeless population in Tampa, which is my hometown. Those on welfare, you know, helping them get access to different social services, be it housing, food, education, employment, things of that nature. But like I said, now I have finished all my studies and I'm working as a therapist in private practice. I have a couple specialties that are near and dear to my heart. I do a lot of work with African Americans, the lesbian, gay, and bisexual groups, and addiction, and those working through other life transitions.
Okay.
Good.
Tell us a little bit about first generation Americans and that population. First, I want you to define what that is, because we do have a lot of Liberians that listen to this program and other Africans. So tell us a little bit about that population and what kinds of advice, and we'll delve into that a little bit more. Let's start with that first.
Okay, so as far as just defining the term, a first generation American would be someone like myself, whose parents have immigrated and they were born here. So as with that, I'm sure you can expect there's a lot of different influences. You've got the culture that you grew up with, which, for me is Liberian. And then, of course, we have our Nigerian influences as well. And then the culture that I work and go to school in. So that's American culture. So just, finding balance between the two and remaining authentic to yourself and, finding out who you are within all those different identities is a passion of mine and something that I really love to focus in when it comes to mental health.
Okay. So when I hear you say you are first generation American, it's kind of surreal to me because I've been here for almost a little over 30 years. So I consider myself, I've lived here longer than I've lived anywhere else. However, my upbringing is Liberian, Nigerian, African. How is my upbringing from what you've experienced differs from yours? Let's just talk about the household. Me with my mom, in that very stern, and me trying to bring that into my household with you being the child.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't say that there was maybe too much of a difference. I think,
Oh my God.
well, I'll say this. If anything was different, it was, it was the kids and the environment that we're in. You grew up in Africa and we grew up, here in the States. So just that obvious difference in culture is something to note. But as far as the values that we were brought up with and the values that you were brought up with, I don't think there's any differences there. The things that you taught us to be proud of and to to take note of in the world and the kind of person that you want us to grow up to be, all those things I think have been the same and have been passed down from generation to generation.
Okay.
So let me just chime in and say, great job, Agatha.
Well, thank you. I often say that in our house, it's the Republic of Liberia. So you want to call the Popo, go ahead and do that. we rule here, right?
Yes,
but
yeah.
Let's get back to mental health. I know you work with a lot of minorities, be it first generation Americans or African Americans, women, all those alphabets that you called out. Let's talk about, how do you see us Africans, immigrants, relating and accepting therapy, mental health, all of that under that umbrella? Is it something that we're open to? I know for me personally, it was kind of, I ain't crazy. I ain't gonna talk to nobody. And I know a lot of my friends are still like that, be them African or African American. How do you see that changing, and what can we do to make that better? Because I've learned that mental health is all part of our health care.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, I think that there has been a lot of positive change and a lot more acknowledgement of the importance of mental health, like you said, especially with, just the rise of the pandemic that we've seen. There's been a huge shift and a huge call for more attention to people taking note of their mental health and making sure that they're taking time to take care of themselves and, not working themselves to the bone. So while yes, it definitely still is stigmatized, I do see improvements being made and people noticing that this is something that can't be ignored, and that if it continues to be ignored, that we'll continue to, be losing people in our community that we care about.
Yes. So I wanted to also ask, I know we talk about the family. I'm sure there is some difference for me with you, African American, and a typical Liberian person approaching mental health. So for you, you may have the exposure to understand what mental health is. How do you reach that subject with a Liberian kid who doesn't understand or may not have that thing, because of course somebody having mental health issues, people look upon them as being crazy. So how would you be able to approach that subject, or how do you see that?
I think what it really comes down to is education. People don't know, so you have to meet them where they are, and you have to give them the knowledge and give them the tools to understand the things that they're lacking, and make the changes that they need. So like you had said, a lot of times within the African American community, it's very common for people to think like, oh, this is just a hard time. You can pray about this. You can, you just need to exercise. It's just a rough patch. Sometimes it's a little bit more than just a rough patch. Sometimes there are, serious emotional and behavioral and mental issues going on that impact people in all areas of their lives. And as much as spirituality is a very important part of being a balanced person, you have to look at science as well. You have to look at medicine, and I think that is where the psychoeducation really comes into play, and where you have to, like I said, give people the information and the knowledge to make more informed decisions when it comes to mental health care.
If I could ask a question. So one thing that I've noticed, especially in the African American household, and I say that in whole, is the denial of parents towards a child with mental health issues. So if you were to speak to a parent tonight, that's watching, that kid might have suspicion of having a child that has some mental health issues, what would you say to that parent to kind of ease their anxiety or encourage them to seek help?
Well, I mean, if they're already coming to me and they're able to ask me those questions, first off, that in itself is a big accomplishment, because asking for help is scary, and fear is honestly the greatest motivator I have seen in my time in this field. So just acknowledging the fact that they were able to come forward and take that step is something that I always try to, make a point of doing when people come and they reach out for help. And then again, it's about education. We in the Black community, we tend to just, try to just fight through things, and it's a generational, it's a generational effect, and it's trauma that has been passed down, for many, many years. And I think that's a major reason I think all Black people need therapy, because the pain and honestly the pain.
You ain't lying, you're talking the truth.
Yeah, and the things that we've seen in across the diaspora, are very triggering, and it doesn't go away. You see all the residual effects of the things that we've gone through and the way that they continue to affect us. And you can't just go to church on Sunday and run and exercise and think that having a good job or like going to college is going to solve those deep inner rooted issues. You have to talk about those things, and you have to be willing to really work on those issues that are causing you the despair that they are. So it's really about healing, and it's about, informing those parents that, we're on your side. Like at the end of the day, we want the same thing. We want your kid to feel safe and to feel heard and to feel like there's hope, So I think a lot of the times it's showing support.
Yeah. So of all the things that you could do in school, why mental health?
Well, it was really the only thing I was interested in.
Oh, wow.
I took a lot of different classes. I did a few different AP courses. When it came time to those big tests, I honestly failed most of them. Psychology was the only one that I passed. So I was like, maybe this is what I should do. And then, of course, just growing up, dealing with my own anger, my own depression, anxiety, and feeling like there wasn't really anybody that I could talk to or like really, really trust. And I hated that. And I wanted to give other people a chance to have someone to talk to. So I figured, why not me?
Yeah, I think that's an amazing point that you just struck, saying that, giving somebody an opportunity, because even myself, when I was much younger, believe it or not, people would not even believe that I was quiet. I was extremely quiet. My sister was the extrovert. I was an introvert. I never talked. But I think also it's important that people have someone that they can go to talk, and then your own personal experience have gotten you to where you are today. The next thing I want to ask, you're a Black young woman. Can excuse that. I'm sorry, but we have to face it. Of course, you've had people that you've had to talk to of different races. Have you had anyone look at you and say, "What kind of small leg hair is this?"
Yeah, now come here, see all my soul too.
Just like
oh, that small getty she is. She can tell me about my country. So have you had anyone just look at you and say, "You don't even know what the heck you're talking about, child"?
Oh yes, absolutely. But you know what? I had to, have the confidence in myself and in my abilities and in my what others may call limited life experience is still extremely valid. So, I bring that to the table and I connect with people and I care. So I feel like that more than anything, shows people that I'm in this for the right reason and that I do want to help them and that I have the ability to do that.
Well, Leslie, you know what? You just earned yourself a patient.
Yeah, so
you just earned yourself a patient. I need to connect
yourself,
with
Leslie.
you. Please let me talk to Leslie and get out of my business.
It's not a place.
but let me ask you this though, Leslie. You did bring up an important point, and you said that growing up as a young lady, you didn't have someone to connect with, to talk to this. And I'm not saying this because I'm your mom, because I know we had a relationship, but I want you I want you to elaborate on that. The reason I want you to elaborate on that is because there may be a parent such as myself that we think we have an open door policy. You can come and talk to us. But deep down, rooted in us, and I've just learned this, and I'm so proud to say it. You would think I should be embarrassed, but I'm proud to say that Leslie has taught me a lot about acceptance, mental health, parenting. You'd be surprised, but I was thinking back then I was great at what I was doing because that's what I knew. I had an open door policy. I'll be the first one to say I was a very hard parent, right? I was a disciplinarian. I didn't cut corners, but I still felt that I had an open door policy and we could talk about pretty much anything. So for those that are out there that were like me and they have kids like you, that those kids really don't feel comfortable, help us understand what it's like for those children and help those parents understand what I've just only recently come to realize.
Well, the thing is that you and parents, I think in general, are parenting in the best way that they know how. So, I don't have kids, obviously, but for you to say that I've still been able to teach you something about parenting, I think shows a lot and shows,
You see why I told you need to counsel all three of us here.
Yeah, and I think it speaks to the benefits of therapy, because although, yes, I do have wonderful, very supportive parents that I can talk to about a variety of things. There are some things that maybe I just didn't feel comfortable coming to you with, or I didn't know how, or I was scared, or I was nervous, or, whatever the reason was. And, having access to a therapist who is a trained professional in dealing with human emotions, dealing with human behaviors, like these are the things that we're experts in. So having somebody like that is trained in sort of some of the things that maybe your child doesn't feel comfortable coming to you talking about, it's kind of like having like an extra parent, or an extra support in raising your kid.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we're here with this very beautiful Black African American / Liberian / Nigerian woman who is helping us talk about helping us understand that our mental health is extremely important. So thank you for joining. Please continue to follow us along as we continue to ask. Let's see some questions. Michael?
So Leslie, where your favorite like grateful? Where your favorite like grateful?
I really love Grumpy stew. Honestly, anything I eat with fufu, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
fufu.
there.
Yeah. You like
Okay.
fufu.
Okay.
And so your mom is a good cook?
Oh yeah, she's great.
Oh.
Very talented. Very talented.
So how do you bridge the gap between, because people, and we talked, I think Agatha made a point about it just before the show, or some posts, where people don't see mental health, they only see health care. So how do you tell them that, or how do you make us understand that mental health is a part of total health care? That it's also an important piece, and people should not be embarrassed by the fact that they may need to have their mental health checked every now and then.
Yeah, it's about changing the narrative and about having these conversations, on platforms like this one. It's about giving people updated and accurate information about exactly what mental health care is. I have a saying that I constantly say to all of my clients: if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll have to make time for your illness. So that means if you don't take the time to do what you need to do for you, that your body is going to go ahead and make that call for you. So why suffer yourself and, prolong that and get a head start and make sure that you're doing things for yourself that you need to. I'm a strong proponent of PTO. Take the time off. The work is always going to be there. I tell people, if you drop dead right now today, before they have your body in the ground, they will have an email out ready to fill your position. So please be selfish and take time for yourself when you need it.
Wow. Do you have some psycho abilities? I am telling you, it seems like you're reading my palm here today. I like that. If you don't make time for your wellness, you will have time for your illness. That is phenomenal. I'm gonna run with that, because I think you said something to all of us, and especially to healthcare workers. We never stop. We just keep going and going and go until your body says, you know what, enough is enough.
Right.
Agatha, you have anything more for any other questions?
Yeah, just one last question, Leslie, before we go into the other part of this show. So for all of our listeners out there, we talk about children needing mental counseling, and also parents, right, needing mental counseling. How do you, as a child, go to your parent and say, I may need to talk to someone? Or how does a parent realize that their child may need to talk to someone?
I think the key term in both of those scenarios, be it the child going to the parent or the parent going to the child, the key term here is vulnerability, which is something that I feel most, if not almost everybody, kind of struggles with. It's really hard to go to someone and say, hey, I need help. Like, I can't do this by myself, because we're kind of programmed, especially in the society that we're in, to just go through things and shoulder them on our own. But being honest and asking for that assistance when you need it before it's too late is it can be a game changer. So it's about putting the pride to the side and reaching out when you need it.
So you just trigger a question, Michael. You have a question?
Yeah, not so much a question. It's just that, so like for me, in African raising American children, I just wanted you to have an opportunity to speak not to me, but to those American children. Okay, if you had an opportunity to speak directly to them concerning being raised in a like you say, a first generation American home, and having to deal with all of the differences of what we've been through, what they're experiencing both in and out of the home. Because think about it for a second. You have these kids, so they basically live double lives.
Yeah.
They have a life that's out there, that's pure American, and then they come home and they switch up.
Yep.
Right? And they have to keep going back and forth and switch. And every now and then, those two lives collide. Okay? I saw a lady at my son's school, a Liberian lady. Apparently, she had gone to meet with the student, the administration concerning her son. And so they were both coming outside, and she was talking to him. She was trying to talk to him, but he was walking really fast. And I stopped and looked at her, and I realized she was speaking straight Liberian. And he was embarrassed, so he was walking really fast. She didn't even notice. She didn't even notice, that all his friends were staring because his mom was speaking a foreign language, and stuff like that. So if you had an opportunity to speak to these kids that are going through these things, what advice would you have for them?
I would let them know that they're not alone and that there are many, many people who are also in the same, the same situations as them and that can relate. I know it can be challenging to find the balance, between the cultures, but it's possible. And I've done it, and I have peers that have done it, and there's beauty in finding your true self and being able to live that way at home and in public. So, like I said, you're not alone in this, and there is support out there, and there are people that get it.
So would it be possible for a child to go to their parent and say, "Mama, Becky, when you come to my school, don't speak your Liberian English there"?
I learned that from that lady.
Yes.
I learned a great lesson from her. So whether it was, because my son has he's my junior. He has my name. My middle name is Ansumana, and so we call him Ansu at home. He doesn't like that in the public. So I had to learn how to call him Michael in the public. And I really had to learn because it's natural to me, Right. So if we took him to baseball or something like that, me and his mom were screaming, Ansu, Ansu. He's like, why are you embarrassing me? And we had to convert, and we had to learn to convert and call him Michael when he's among his peers, And then once we get in the house, then everybody now can switch to the Ansu, But it's
So, but I think eventually, sometimes the children too, they don't know how to approach their parents.
Yes.
About that, they don't know how to go and say. And I think what I'm hearing from you, Leslie, is it's okay to say it. I think it should be okay to tell their parent. Like my daughter would, if I like. Issa, she has a Pella Melanie, and for sure, you ain't calling me no Issa because nobody understand that Issa. You better say David Dean. And the other one likes she's Abigail, but she doesn't like Abigail. She wants to be called Denise, so we go with it Denise. But I think they'll tell you. I think it's also with the children being open, the parents will tell them, "Look, mom." And then there are also some parents, some of y'all Liberian people here, y'all hard to understand. Don't go to the children's school and won't go through your colloquy there. And then people love you at the children there.
I know it.
That's true. Go start yelling and acting like a cool woman in the people's school play. All the little boy running away from her. But another thing one of the things that jotted a question to me was what just piggyback on what Agatha said was, if you're in a home and you're a child and you see there's a problem with your parents and they're having clashes, what would be your advice to that child? And you think the child may want to suggest, say, Mom, maybe you all need to talk to somebody. You guys started, because I'm sure there are so many homes where parents don't agree, they don't get along. Children see their parents fight all the time. What would you say to children or parents who may be listening and who may be fighting and thinking that their children are not seeing it? Because the kids, they may not be saying it, but they see it. They see what we do. They learn from us. So what would you say to that parent, even though, and there may be parents watching who know they're fussing and who know that they don't agree, and they're in denial that their children are seeing it? What would you say to them that even though their children may not be able to come to them, to how can you say that they should recognize that they need help?
That's a great question. Well, like you said, they're in denial. So, there's a notion that inside they know what the truth is. So you have this behavior that you obviously know is maybe not appropriate. Do something about it. You're in this cycle, you've got this negative thing that you're doing, your children are seeing it, you don't want it. So what do? Do something differently. Stop the behavior or reach out for help. You can't continue to do the same thing and kind of expect a different result. So whether it is that you make a decision to stop arguing in front of your children, or you go and you seek outside help to kind of mediate the fight so they're not happening at all, you have to make a choice and stick to it.
Thank you. So I think we really enjoyed this time. We've learned a lot. I don't care what Agatha and Michael say. You've won me over. I will be contacting you. I have your information. Let them be sitting there. Let Michael be in denial that he doesn't need counseling. I need it, and I'm going to say it, and I'm coming for it.
Y'all already know I'm in therapy, so.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question, please.
I hope that's not the ask-enter question.
No, it's not the ask-enter question.
Okay.
So, if you have a friend,
oh dear,
and your friend is supposedly grown, my little daughter can say with big age, okay? She get 4 children, but she says she's a virgin. Please tell me, how do I talk to this person? Can I just say her to you?
Well, you pay the fee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. She'll be contacting you. Thank you.
I'm excited to work on that case.
All right, great.
I love you already, Leslie. Thank you. These are all jealous people. They're not in my. Well, folks, I think we've had a wonderful time. We're gonna go. Leslie, please don't go. We still need you for the second half of the show. Yes. We want to say thank you so much for taking up your time. Please feel free if there's anything you need to talk about. We always say to our people, to our viewers, to people who follow us, this show is as much of your show than it is our show. It's about social issues, and we want to be able to get more people to come on. And if you have another therapist friend and you all want to come on and discuss something else, please feel free to come on. But on behalf of Women with Words, we want to say thank you so much for coming. We love talking to you. I just want myself a counselor, you hear me? And I trust her too with these two ugly people here. All right. Moving on to the second part of the show. This is Agatha's portion. She'll take care of that piece. We're going to our ad for today.
Yes. This is really a family affair today, I tell you, people.
All righty.
So today we're going to be highlighting Level Up Athletics. You probably notice I have on a sweatshirt, and I don't usually have on a sweatshirt, but I did this so I could highlight this Liberian-owned business. This is actually my nephew, Alexander Joseph. We call him Alex. Alex is a personal trainer, and he also does, he also has a store online where he sells athletic gear. If you know me, you know I love to work out. But let me tell you something. I'm just going to be frank with y'all. Those little crop top things that these kids be wearing, my stomach ain't there yet, but I love it. So I'm going to stand up for just a little bit just to show you this. So this is a crop top from Level Up, but I also have, and I'm going to take off my sweatshirt so you can actually see this. And I have the tank top to it on. So you too can wear a crop top. But if you're like me and you're not comfortable with, showing your 12 pack, because they ain't 6 packs when you get to my
I'm comfortable with my 24 packs. I am very comfortable with my 24.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and show your 24 pack, but you can also wear this and cover it. And that's how I like it. I exercise in this. It's pretty enough where if I need to run to the grocery store right after I work out, I can do that. I can throw it on. It has a hoodie for you in cold places. So please visit his website. Is Level Up Athletics and Performance. And if you're looking for a personal trainer as well, Alex does so virtually, so you don't have to be in the same state as he is. I will put the link on the Women with Words page. It's level-up-athletics-performance.myshopify.com. I know it's a mouthful. I will put the link out, but go ahead and visit Level Up. I want to see everybody in this, because when I start walking, Glendy, everybody with New Year's resolution, I'm going to expect to see all of y'all in your Level Up gear so we can start this 2022 right. Okay, so make sure you tell Alex that Women with Words send you.
Yes, we're going to level it up.
Yep.
I'm gonna talk to my counselor and see what I need to add exercise to my counseling.
Yes.
Alrighty, so go now to the Ask Into segment.
Alrighty, so this is the part of the show where we get questions from our audience. It can be about anything: relationship, platonic or romantic relationship. It can be, how do you deal with your African-American children, or your parents that are aging, or finances, or whatever it is. Because we have Leslie on the show tonight, it's going to center around mental health. So hopefully she can share a little bit more light on it. And so here's our first Ask Into question today. How do you talk to your significant other concerning your mental health? So I've gone to Leslie, and Leslie tells me, you're clinically depressed. How do I tell Mr. Joseph I'm clinically depressed? How does that conversation start? Leslie, I'm just going to turn it to you, because I'm going to just go and say, look, hey, they say I'm cracking. I don't need medicine. I'm just a little bit cracking. So you need to change certain things. That's how I'm going to start talking about it. But let's go to the professional. Let her help us have that conversation. What would you say? That's a touchy subject.
Well, it's your significant other. So this is, the person that you're in a partnership with. So again, you want to be open and you want to be clear with your communication. That's one of the biggest things about communication in general. I think people have this idea that they're supposed to elicit a certain reaction from someone, or they want to be able to control the reaction that they're getting from someone. But that's not your responsibility when it comes to communicating. Your responsibility is to just be clear and to be truthful about what you're saying. So with this particular situation, be clear and be truthful about, the situation that you're in. You say, hey, I've been feeling, really down lately, and not just like down like, oh, I stubbed my toe, or like I lost something that was important to me, like down like it's really affecting me, and it's affecting how I work and how I interact with people, and it's a problem. So and let them know what they can do for you, if anything. Sometimes people want to be able to be there for you and to support you, and and letting them know how they can do that is really important.
So I think it's a key word saying that I'm cracking, not going to cut it. I need to be
more maybe specific. You should elaborate a little bit more. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by cracking?
If you ask me, he already know. He already knows. Okay? But he just been like, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. Because I mean, think about it though. When somebody in your family goes through depression, that whole family goes through depression. Everybody is affected at some level because you interact with everybody. They might not say it. They might try to support you from a very weird place because they're all, ignorant to, to how do you interact. But they do. The whole family goes through it. And so usually when you start, I'm sure people just be nodding their head like, yeah, we knew something was up. Yeah. But thank you so much. That's a very important point. The more I interact with people, the more I learn, I find out that there's a lot of people that go through that phase, that phase of depression. Yeah. And it's enlightening to know that, this is what it is, and this is the help that's out there for us. And as partners also to have supportive partners and be like, okay, so what do we do? What's our next step? And be willing to go, kind of hold hands and step through it. I think it's something that is worthwhile for the family as a whole. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it.
I think I want to look at it differently, and look at it on the extreme that you have to really trust that partnership, because I'm pretty sure that there are some people who will not want to say I'm depressed because they don't want to be looked down upon. But I think they have, if the two people in a relationship understand that I want to be open, so I want to say what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling, and I've come from a relationship where that probably wasn't there, so I couldn't say certain things. So I want to be able to go into a relationship where I can say anything I want to say, because then it's even worse, I feel, when you're not able to say exactly how you feel to your partner. Like I don't want to get to a place where I can come and tell Agatha how I'm feeling, and I can't tell my husband or a partner. I want to be able to, I think we should all be at a place where we're able to go to our partners first, where we know the respect and the care would be there, than being able to trust a friend with your depression details and not being able to check your husband. But I don't want us to be in denial that there are some people who don't tell their spouses things, and who don't tell the partner stuff because they don't want to be looked at. Oh, you crazy? Oh, I already know you crazy.
That's a little cracky.
Yeah, so
but you're absolutely right, because especially from the background we come from, we're very Christian. And so once you utter those words, I am, no, don't say that. They'll say, don't say that. Don't acknowledge that.
Don't put it in the universe.
Yeah, just pray about it. Trust God. And you have.
No, they'll say the first. They'll not even say don't put it. They say, what do you mean by you depressed? What is depressing you? What depressing you?
You can say so many things on your life. You can say so many things. You know what I mean?
Just say you thinking plenty. Don't say you crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
But I think partnership is a good thing, and all of these things extends in the partnership when you're able to open freely and tell your partner these things. You see why I say you're such an excellent counselor? I swear, I'm recovering already from all of these things. I'm absolutely recovering. What's the next question?
All right, so this one is a little out there, but I'm going to ask this question anyway. So when is an ideal time to talk to your wife about your outside child? And by outside child, for those Americans that are watching, children that a man fathered outside of his marriage. So with his
during his marriage.
During his marriage.
Yes.
With a side chick. So them baby mama dramas. I don't even know how to even, you know what? I said this once on this show. I'm going to say it again. Outside child, sit with their outside mom. When you tell me you got an outside child, I said, boo, go ahead with the outside mom, because outside child, stay with the outside mom. That's my take on that.
Okay, the counselor is here, not your counselor. We're on the real counselor.
All right, Leslie, what do you think about this one?
Well, I will say that these questions are all very situational, and you know, there's many layers as to, you know, how did we even get here? Like, you know, so but you know, for the sake of time, if you know, for the sake of the show, I mean, if it's something that is bothering you and is causing you discomfort, it's probably something you will want to address right away. So that means coming clean. And again, you've already done the deed. So you don't have any control over how your partner is going to react. And it's honestly, it's not your responsibility. They are allowed to feel exactly how they're going to feel, however they may feel about it. They're entitled to their emotions. So again, if you feel like this secret is causing you great discomfort and you know you're not living authentically because of it, it's probably right for you to go ahead and come clean and be truthful about it.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I don't even know how you would get to that point where you're in a marriage and you're going outside. You don't have a problem with the fact that you went outside, but you have a problem with the fact that you're going to tell your wife about it. But anyway, that's not a point for me to be constantly on. That's not my issue. I'll tell you, that's not coming to your table for that. I mean, I'm telling you, Leslie, this has been good. Where do we go to next? Now I've lost my agenda.
Yeah.
Trending topics.
Yes, trending topics. So trending topics, of course, you won't believe that Mary got Bel-Air.
Jesus ran away.
Jesus and Joseph ran away. Joseph ran away. We've actually had 58,000 viewers on the page for that song. So there's a song.
Are you serious?
Yes, 58,000 viewers on the page for just that song, where the people is singing in Pidgin English that Mary got Bel-Air. Mary was pregnant and Joseph ran away. And there were people who were praying for us because they're saying we are blasphemous and we're acting like we're not non-Christians.
Oh my God.
The other, let me go to the other trending topic. And this one had actually had 1,300 likes. People who view it. It says, here is my 2022. Here's a reminder for you in 2022. Don't chase anyone. Don't beg someone to stay. Know your worth. Save space for people who matter. Accept what cannot be changed. Leave what isn't for you and love yourself. Don't you just love that?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's my resolution. I ain't chasing nobody.
There you go.
All I know, I'm going to be Virgin Lives this year. That's it.
Oh, God.
This year already finished, yo. This year over, my friend. So you got one day. This last one had 945 people that looked at it. It said, it's a short poem. I called it Find Someone. It's the title of the poem. Find someone who is proud to have you, who is scared to lose you, who will fight for you, who appreciates you, who respects you, who cares for you, and loves you unconditionally. So those were the three training topic. I said Mary got Bel-Air has won it again, the second time in a row.
I know.
All the serious things we talk about, they're concerned that Mary is impregnated and Joseph ran away. People, y'all read your Bible. It says it in there.
Can you blame Joseph? Daughters of Eve.
Sons of Adam.
Yeah, and Joseph was not even man enough. He was so scared somebody else slept with Mary, but we're not going to talk about that now.
Oh my God. All right. There are the trending topics. Did you want to go to trending topics in Liberia?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Take it over.
So we had two trending topics in Liberia this week. The first one was once again rape in Liberia. We learned in the last few days that a 14-year-old little girl bled to death after being raped. unfortunately, rape has been the trending topic consistently in Liberia all of 2021.
Yep.
And it seems like we're walking into 2022 faced with those
story.
same challenges.
Mm-hmm.
It is so downheartening. It is so discouraging that these kids, they've been birthed into poverty. They have so many challenges, and now they have to add to that challenge the fear of being raped.
Mm-hmm.
It is indeed a tragedy in our Liberian community, and we just continue to look towards the people that are responsible to prosecute those things and to keep the people safe.
Yes.
To get up and do their damn jobs, really.
Yeah. And we need to keep talking about it, Michael. It may be something we see often and we start to feel numb towards it, but it's really important that we continue to highlight it. We continue to speak against it. We continue to plead to the government of Liberia to do something about it. And to the parents out there, I said this on Spoon TV the other day when we were there. We need to start doing better now that we know better. Those uncles that come by, those aunts that come by, stop forcing your young children to hug and kiss them. Stop forcing your little girls to sit on their laps. Stop if listen to your children's cue. If they're saying no, I don't want to talk to Uncle Sam today or whoever today, let them be. Let them be. Pay attention to your children. We know better in Liberia now. We should do better. The government, the Ministry of Gender, the vice president, all of these women that we have in leadership roles, the senators, the female senators, the male senators with children, we're pleading to you to please help our children. We cannot continue to accept rape as a tradition in Liberia. I mean, we have to continue to speak on it and keep holding our government accountable.
Yep, it's wrong. Rape is wrong.
Yes. There was one more topic. And of course, the president released
so
another
enthusiastic about that topic. I can just see how excited you are.
The president released another song.
Even Leslie saw it.
So yes, the president has released another. I think 2 songs in a week, right?
Yes.
So 2 songs this week. The president
actually 3 songs.
Oh, really?
So
I want to know the one for his butler.
No, he has the Merry Christmas one. He has the butler one, and he has the one where he said Liberia loves we are. The Amanda. Oh yes, he has 3. So I'm very proud our president is a musician. We're so proud of you, President William. We're excited that you can do this, but we will also hope that you will pay attention to the rape in Liberia.
Yes.
This is much more important. Could you do a song about rape, and that would be that would be the multi-clamor for everything if you sing against it and do something about it instead of making a song for your butler. I'm gonna leave it at that. You hear me, President? Okay.
All
right.
So we're gonna go to gift question. And we have any winner next for last week's show? Who can get this $25?
I know we've really been trying to give this one away for a while. So let me try this week. So in order to have an opportunity to win, you have to have watched the previous show. So this week's question, we had Mr. Famule on last week, and one of the things that he made mention of, which I thought was important, he said Liberia needs to do something. What did he say Liberia needed to do so we can start to improve, so we can participate in mobile money, microfinancing? He said there's an initial thing that we have to do. What was that thing he said that Liberia as a nation had to do to be able to move the country forward? And we'll give it a few minutes while folks type in their answer. I see Glendy's looking at it. But before we go, Leslie, if someone wanted to engage you and reach out to you, what is a way for them to contact you? I do know you do some virtual counseling in the area. So if you can just let us know while we're waiting for our audience to respond to that question.
Yes, absolutely. So I am based in Tampa, Florida, where I am available for in-person appointments. But like you said, I do also offer virtual appointments as well. You can book me on my website. There's actually a pretty well-known site that people use to find therapists called Monarch. So I will provide you all a link because it can be kind of lengthy as well. So I'll make sure that you guys are provided that, and you can kind of see my profile, kind of see, what more of my specialties are, including work with depression, anxiety, the life transitions I was talking about, things of that nature, and then also, see what my availability is as well.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty. I don't know if Michael, you want to look? Have you seen anybody answer?
No, I've been looking. I haven't seen anybody yet.
I don't see any myself.
I guess this $25 is going to finding its way in 2022.
2022. I know that's right.
I know. Yeah, so we've come to the end of our show for today. We've come to the end of the shows for 2021, and we couldn't have ended it any better way than to have a therapist in here to come and talk to us. We've had a very good time. I love my therapist. She's excellent. Thank you so much, Leslie, for coming and sitting with these old hairy Africans this evening.
We appreciate you.
We do appreciate your time, Leslie.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
So much. But the next time you see us, you're gonna see us in 2022. Yes. We're gonna be here with the owners of Monrovia Lounge. Ooh. There they are, Liberian to its core. Yes. This is the largest Liberian-owned restaurant in the United States of America. Yeah, people there everywhere. They can cook. I've had their food. Nice. I've been to their place. Really nice. So it's gonna be good to have Femi and Princess here, telling us all about their business, how they started, what they need to help, and how we as Liberians need to promote our own. Listen, we have this show. We've opened up our show to Liberian people to advertise their businesses. It is free. Even if you can, I know Liberian people. I'm going to the colloquial and I'm going to lead the American people English. I know you're listening to send email. Even if you want to send email, if you just want to send picture to me or to Agatha or to Michael, this is free.
Or to Eva. Just send it.
Eva, yes. Just send it to us. You ain't gotta go read. Don't type nothing. Take the picture and send it. Say, my people, you advertise my business. I don't understand how this service is so free every Thursday, and we pretty much have to be begging some people to advertise their business.
I swear.
So 2022, maybe we'll be charging you.
You see,
that charge this morning.
So we've had a great time. So as we go into the new year, we want to say from the four of us, 3 women and an Adam's son here, we're wishing you all a very prosperous new year. So as we close, we'll start with Leslie. You want to say some parting words? We're not going to part because we've connected. Yes.
Well, I want to thank you all so much for having me on the show this evening. It was very exciting, and I love, picking everybody's brains and being able to share what I know as well. So thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Anything, Agatha?
No, just want to remind folks where they can find us. We are on Facebook, Women with Words. Like us, share the page, participate in all of the activities on the show. If you have a business that you would like us to highlight, email us at geesbc@gmail.com. That's GEESBEECEE@gmail.com. And we also have that YouTube channel. So check us out on YouTube as well.
Yes. Okay, Adam's son.
So I'm going to get on you, Daughters of Eve, this evening. I was looking at the numbers, and I saw the difference in our women supporters and our male supporters. And women, shame on you. Shame on you. esteem on you that you will keep women for words for yourself. Please invite your spouses.
We will.
The boyfriend, the husband, the side
all
boyfriend,
the people in the DMs.
Everybody, the couple, please invite them. Okay, share with me with words. Stop making it selfish. We know you. Stop. It's not just for you. It's also for males. I learn a lot every single week. Okay, from my sisters. And so please, women, please invite your male counterparts. Okay, to the show. They will benefit and they will be better for it. Thank you so much.
You just gotta give it up for him. He's a shameless Adam's son. You hear me?
Yes, he is. And we love him for it, though.
Don't even want to compliment the women for doing such an awesome job. He can come here and say. But anyway, folks, we've had a wonderful time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. We will see you all. Please don't forget, tomorrow is Yama Yama Friday. Auntie Beauty is not here. Auntie Beauty is not here, but I'm pretty sure she's watching. We miss you, Eva.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And let me just give it. I didn't want Mr. Joseph, forgive me, please, but Eva is not here. And of course, we had to have somebody show off a little bit for Eva today. Thank you, BA. You did a good job.
I know, right? I want to comment with bro, but say you commented it then.
All right, folks. Until next time, we see you on next Thursday, same time, same place. Thank you for watching.
Bye, y'all.